I finished Gakkou Gurashi. So for those of you who came to the Runie collab, that was one of the shows that Runie recommended to me. I thought it was a really cool premise, so I watched all of it. Here's the thing, here's what I have to say. I liked Gakkou Gurashi. I'm going to have to read the manga because I have some freaking questions. Because some of that stuff just did not make sense to me. Some of that stuff just did not make sense to me. Why are you throwing tomatoes? Let me finish my thought. It didn't make sense to me. Okay, imagine this. You are building a facility. Imagine this, you are building a facility because you know there's going to be, within reason, a zombie outbreak. So you want to make the facility as sustainable as possible, right? You put all of the resources like the water tank and the garden and all of this stuff on the roof of the building. But then you put the living areas that have like proper containment walls in a hidden basement area. But you don't put any sort of secure route from the basement to the roof. Explain this to me. Explain this to me. Who does that? Who in their right mind does this? Because how are they supposed to get from the roof to the containment area? I wish there were tunnels. I wish there had been, okay? I wish there had been. It just seemed really like they were trying to convince me that the school had this all planned out so that people could live there for a really long time. But I feel like they missed out on a very key problem, which was that the main school building had a bunch of doors and a bunch of really big windows. And the only way to move between floors were these big, wide open staircases. And they didn't give the school any way to like properly, like there wasn't any emergency windows. So once all the windows got broken in the school, what were they supposed to do? What were they supposed to do when they didn't put emergency windows on there? They didn't have emergency doors? Like, I really think somebody dropped the ball really hard. Overthinking the zombie stuff, yes, I love overthinking theories. It is my favorite thing to do. Okay, but this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of my problems. I'm talking about Gakkou Gurashi, okay? This is just the beginning of my problems. No, but it's not the high school girls that made the school. It's that, like, literally some sort of organization made the school. I would be more understanding if the girls tried to design the school and did something stupid, but this is supposedly like an organization of adults. I mean, they were smart enough to put in, like, keep them electricity, give them a water filter, a little ecosystem up there, but they forgot to give them a secure route and be able to keep the zombies out? What? Let's imagine this. You are in a zombie apocalypse. The fire code rules. You're in a zombie apocalypse and you don't know what's going on. And then one day you find this folder full of files that are detailing the plans for making the school that you're holed up in, and you realize that people knew that this was happening and that they meant to set this place up as a shelter. Tell me, would you read the files at that point? So it's zombie apocalypse. You find these files full of information about the zombie apocalypse. Would you read them? Yeah, you would, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Why did these girls not read them? Why did the girls not read them? They find these files, and then like the next day, all the stuff starts going down. And then all of a sudden, one of them's like, oh, I was rereading the files, and I saw that they have medicine down in the basement. Maybe that could help help the person who got bit by a zombie to not turn. What do you mean you reread it? How did you miss that on your first read-through? How did you miss that? How do you miss information about where medicine and a possible cure is? How do you miss that? Then, get this, the next day, girl comes in. I was rereading the files and I found an evacuation route with a map. How did you miss that? How did you miss an evacuation route? They didn't read it. I'm just telling you right now, there's no way they read it. They did not read it. Stop saying that you reread it. You didn't read it. Just admit that you didn't read the files. Panic can make that happen, but they don't seem the type. I mean, they're so common, but no, I'm not even gonna excuse it then. Even in your most like I would get it maybe if they were like mid-zombie fight, right? But they weren't mid-zombie fight. They literally find these files. They're like sitting around a table doing nothing. They could have just read them. Why didn't they read them? Also, homegirl, captain of the club, is like, oh yeah, when it rains outside, the zombies swarm the school. So they know the zombies are going to swarm the school. They know this. And they know that there's more zombies outside than there ever have been before. And what do? Do they set watch for the most vulnerable parts in their barricades? No. Do they stay together? No. They go split up and go running all around the school looking for a dog, which, by the way, how did that dog keep getting out, huh? How did the dog keep getting out? It is not that hard to keep a dog inside. So it was really hard for me to have any sympathy for them when everything went wrong, when they literally did this to themselves. They literally made every wrong decision. I was watching it with my jaw on the floor. Like, can you please? Do not bring up Taromaru. Taromaru, I did feel bad, but is he even dead? Because then in the very last episode, you see like a ghostly shot of him. And at first I thought, oh, it's just a ghost. But then I saw that the hat was dug back up that the dog was buried with. So like, so is the dog actually still a zombie? What's going on? Anyways, I'm interested enough to read the manga, but I hope that the manga has less plot holes. Because I really read this whole thing like, huh? Also, let's talk about how in the last episode, they're like, oh, there must have been another dog down there. That's why Toromaru kept running away. And then they just don't look for the dog. They just leave. I'm like, you're just gonna drop info that there's another dog down there and then just leave? Then why? Then why even say that? I don't understand. I'm picking you for my zombie survival team. Please do. I think I would be really good in a zombie apocalypse. I really do. Personally, I like finding plot holes in media. I like getting upset over them. I find it to be a genuinely pleasant experience. Also, I've brought this up before, but I'm the type of person, I can rip something to shreds and still have really liked it. I liked the show. I literally liked it. I want to read the manga. But did it make any sense? No. Did it have plot holes everywhere? Yes. But it was cute. I liked it. Critiquing makes it more interesting. I totally can see why people wouldn't like watching their media that way, but I like watching my media that way. The Toromaru slander. I don't have a problem with Toromaru. I have a problem with how they kept letting him out. He's a tiny dog. He's like smaller than my forearm. Like, they're like, oh, he's so smart. He keeps escaping his leash and then running out through all of the open doorways that we leave for him. He's not smart. Y'all are just stupid. You can't keep your eye on a freaking dog, man. I love listening to you yapping about anime I have never heard of. Your passion for it is amazing. It's part of why you are one of my Oshis. Thank you. Thank you. Anime viewing groups are real, and here I thought I'm the only one that watches anime in real life. No, they're not real. I said that just to trick you, just to goad you into sending me that chat message so that I can laugh at you. I really thought people really thought that people watch anime. What a fool! Roost. Anime, that's for nerds. Yeah, majorly for nerds. That was mean, I know. I'm so evil. Complaining about anime was a plot to make fun of actual anime watchers. No, you guys know I watch anime all the time. Anime watchers are my favorite people. I rouged you again. People do watch anime in real life, and those are the best people. Imagine being stuck in the zombie apocalypse with nobody to talk to but the yeah, imagine how good that would be. Imagine how lucky and fortunate that you would feel. Actually, you would be very unfortunate because you're just going to hear me lament about all the series that I'll never get to finish because it's the apocalypse. No. Fine then. Goodbye. Goodbye then. Goodbye forever.